Hey, good morning, beautiful people. Marie Alessi here. Today, I want to talk to you about all these sleepless nights. This is one thing that I have noticed in our group and also in other grief groups where I every now and then tap into to see what's going on over there. And I realized that sleepless night is the one thing that a lot of people talk about. And I also noticed that this has become this widow thing, or not even just widows, but people who have lost a very close loved one in their life. That might even be a child, your husband, your wife, parents. Is mostly seen, like I have mostly noticed it with widows, that it has become a very common element between all of us. This I'm not sleeping well at night, or I'm not sleeping at all at night. And I thought about it over the years because I noticed it myself too a lot. In particular, the first year or so after Rob died, I felt that I could never sleep a night through. And it really gets to you because sleep deprivation really brings the worst out in all of us. It is very intense and very challenging to cope with life in general when you're not sleeping well. So, when you're going through a challenge, when you've just lived through adversity, and then you add sleep deprivation on top of that, it really does take so much more out of you than when you do get a good night's sleep. And I have met very few widows who told me, I sleep like a baby, I sleep like a log, I just, lights out and I'm gone. And it's just really incredible and I envy them. I certainly had to do a lot more work around that. And I'm not talking work around, you know, medication, melatonin, um, sleep sprays, all of these things. I've really tried all the natural things like melatonin because it is a natural sleep hormone. And please, I'm not a doctor or any way certified to talk to you about this. I'm just telling you, I know it's natural, and I know it certainly did help me fall asleep. But somebody told me that magnesium is the one thing that actually helps you stay asleep because it relaxes your muscles. So by all means, do talk to your doctor about that. What works for you is really, really different to what works for others. So I'm a huge believer in not asking in groups for what medication they take. In my group, Loving Life After Loss, I've got a very strict no talking about medication policy, no sharing information about medication, because I do understand that some people who are not in a position, whether financially or location wise or energy wise, to go and see a doctor about that. And then they come to a group and ask for recommendations. And we are certainly, none of us are qualified to do that without knowing you, without seeing you, and also because I don't have the medical background. So I just wanted to set this aside because the point that I'm making here is that I have certainly tried everything to help me with natural things like what I just mentioned, and little sleep sprays and nighttime routines, etc., to help me sleep better. Yet, what I have also noticed is, and this is a really huge point in the sleep deprivation, if you're one of us, then please, please, very open and honestly allow yourself to look into that. For me, it was that there was so much peace to be found in my sleepless nights. This was a huge eye opener for me. That was such a huge epiphany for me when I realized that one of the many reasons why I just realized I have to switch the notifications on so I see who's online. Thanks for the love, by the way. So I realized that the reason why I found it so hard, and because the reason why I didn't want to go to bed earlier, was because when my boys were in bed, this is when it was me time. Because now there was only me. All of a sudden, I was a sole parent, and I always felt like that I was okay with it. I never felt that I fell into some sort of poor me, I'm all alone in this. I probably had moments of that for sure. But mostly I just accepted it pretty much from the get go that it's now me. And I have to do anything and everything, and I want to and choose to do anything and everything in my power to create the happiest life possible for the boys. Yet, as we all know, it takes energy. It takes a whole lot of love and dedication and energy to do that, to create that for the boys. And there is your own healing journey. There are your own emotions. You know, there's all the day-to-day stuff that you go through, and then work started up again, and then all these daily things that are happening. And then all of a sudden you find yourself, there is no rest in between. And if you don't make time for that, you will feel the effect of it. You really do need to make time for rest for yourself. And I realized I never did that during the day. So I had the night time for that. But that really cut my sleep short. So I love being up to like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, sometimes 3 o'clock. And then I fell into this, oh my God, I really need to sleep, because then the boys are up and they will need me again. And then I'm working. And it was really this ongoing cycle of wanting and needing more and more peace and time for myself. And then also realizing that my sleep hours were cut short more and more. So that is really not very productive. It's counterproductive when you think about that you need that you need that rest for your body and for your mind. Because what I've noticed is that during the day there is this ongoing mind rush going on. So there's so much rushing through your mind. There are so many thoughts that you have. There's so many action steps that you need to take. And your mind is constantly busy. But what happens is, I believe, or for me that was the case, just check what works for you, what is true for you. I realized that my subconscious was going a million miles an hour. So I didn't even notice it because it was happening in the subconscious mind. And this is where also a lot of the healing process has been going on, and a lot of the working through how do I deal with these day-to-day basis and challenges, I would say, and also just normal things, day-to-day things that happen, and you don't really consciously think it through, or more often than not, there's a lot more going on a subconscious level. And then at night time, all these things are bubbling up to the surface, and then you start literally recapping your day and thinking into the future, and maybe you have flashbacks from the experience. And everybody's got different things going on at nighttime. But what I've noticed that most of us have in common is that at nighttime there is peace to be found, and that peace is extremely powerful, and it's so soothing, and it becomes quite addictive, I must say, to indulge in that peace. So what I have noticed is two things that I really want to chat to you about right now is that you really need to make sure that you do get more of that feeling of peace during the day. I hear you laugh. How on earth, Marie? And a lot of you that might have very young children might find that very, very challenging. Yet I'm putting that challenge out to you now that you're consciously aware of these things, now that I bring it to your attention. If this rings true to you, then you really do need to make sure that you create phases of peace for you during the day, where your mind gets a rest, where your mind gets the space to expand and really think things through, process things that are coming up. Your mind needs so much time and peace to process everything that has happened in your life, that is going on in your life on a daily basis. So you need to create that for yourself. Otherwise, there's really the chance that you might slip into overwhelm, that you might slip into burnout, maybe even depression. So I really don't want that for you. I really want you to create the space and the peace that your mind and your heart really need. It's so important that we do that. And also, here's the next thing. That's quite a crucial point that I've noticed. You need to be careful, and it might have already happened for you. I know that it happened for me, so I was so consciously aware of it when I noticed it, that it doesn't become a label. Because once we put a label on ourselves, and that label might sound like something, yeah, I never sleep. I never sleep. That's a label. You're labeling yourself, and then you're feeding your subconscious that information ongoing. Every time you say to somebody, every time you say to yourself, yeah, I never sleep. And I used to do that too until I noticed it, and then I stopped doing it. Then I stopped doing the complete opposite. I started working on better ways for me to sleep, going to bed earlier, and that was really, really hard for me. It was a really intense battle for me to fight, a really huge challenge that I gave to myself to go to bed earlier. It sounds like something so easy and so simple as a solution, yet it wasn't, because I felt that I was depriving myself of that so intensely needed peace. My window of peace was cut so short when I went to bed earlier, and I did not know how to deal with that at first. Yet, when I realized that I had labeled myself with I never sleep, I started to live up to that. So, even in nights where I was so exhausted that I just wanted to sleep, my inner mind, my inner voice was going, "You don't sleep, Marie. You need your piece of window right now." Piece of window, window of peace. I was just checking if you were paying attention. So anyway, it is really, really important to think about that. You know, it is something that we say a lot as widows. We say it a lot to each other, and it gives us this sense of we are all in this together. We are all sleep deprived. None of us are sleeping. See how these are labels? See how they also add to this feeling of I'm one of you. I belong somewhere. This feeling of belonging is a really huge topic when it comes to adversity, because that gets rocked to the core. Where do I belong now? Part of my family is missing. And when you feel that you don't belong, our human brain is hardwired to wanting to belong because this equals survival. This is very, very ancient, that feeling. We're born with it. If we don't belong, if we're not part of the group, then our survival is at stake. We're at risk, we're at danger to not survive. So anything that makes us feel that we belong, we take it, we want it as a human being. This is where peer pressure comes from. But it can also have that label of we don't sleep. And as soon as you wear that label, we don't sleep or I don't sleep, you start living up to it. So you have put yourself in this downward spiral of making this worse and worse and worse, and it's getting harder and harder and very challenging to actually step out of until you notice it, until you become so consciously aware of what you're actually doing here that you start doing things differently, because this is where choice comes in. Choice is something that I talk about a lot. We do have choices. In a time where we feel that everything has happened for us, or that things have been taken off us, people have been taken from us, that's how society teaches us to interpret it. I see it differently. And if you know me at all, then you know my perspective on those things. And this is not the talk to get into that topic right now. Please, by the way, if you're watching this for the first time, hit the subscribe button so you get more updates from me and you can hear all the beautiful videos that I share with you. So, my take on this is when you start using labels, you do start living up to them. You do make it harder for you and not better. So, think about what is going on for you in those sleepless nights that you feel that you cannot find during the day. And then make a big effort. Make a big effort, because that making a big effort equals to choose you. Choose you and see how can I create what I need for myself during the day. And if that means that you have a little nana nap in the afternoon and you can do it, go for it. Don't judge yourself for it. Celebrate it. Put some lovely music on, or some meditation. And, I just want to say light a candle, maybe not when you go to sleep. So put a soft light on or something like that. Something that makes it easy for you. Get some block-out curtains. I bought some yesterday at IKEA. False advertising here. What am I doing? Not false. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. I want you to create an environment where you can sleep whenever you need it. I really want you to choose you and choose a way that helps you heal that gives you the strength and the nurturing peace that we all need for our mind to be able to process the enormity of what has happened. And if you need help with that, please do reach out. Send me a PM or go to mariealessi.com, book a call with me. I'm here to listen and to help you through this. This is what I do during the day. This is not just work for me, it is my calling, it is my everything, and I love helping people turn their life around, process their thoughts and their emotions to find their own path to healing. I'm sending you so much love, and wherever you are in the world, you might be about to fall asleep right now. I really hope that you're taking this to heart. And if you are on my side of the world where you only just got up, see if you can put a nano nap in this afternoon. But whatever it takes, make sure that when you go to sleep tonight, maybe do it an hour earlier, maybe half an hour earlier, and do whatever it takes for you to look forward to going to bed. So much love to you. This is Maria Leslie signing off. Bye for now.